Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. If you're watching outside the United States of America, thank you so very, very much for watching. Good evening if you're in the US, and thank you so much for tuning in to my super chat. Thank you. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. I've been trying to do more uploads, actually, because there's a whole lot taking place now, and I definitely want to start doing uploads a lot more. This cheating that's going on in Florida and almost certainly in Arizona, it's absolutely unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. And it it is it is a consequence. Richard Lanning, we need to talk about Arizona and Florida. Yeah, it is a consequence of Trump in a way. Well, you know what it was? President Trump had two turncoats. He had Flake, he had some couple others, but President Trump had 1 year of Jeff Sessions and 1 year of Paul Ryan. So now Republicans might end up with just 3 seats. So before we get to Matthew Whitaker, worst case scenario is Sinema, and I have no clue how Sinema could be up in a red state of Arizona, the red state of Arizona. So you're talking about almost certainly a Debbie Wasserman Schultz DNC primary, not only in Florida, but also, I mean, you're talking Tim Canova. Tim Canova almost certainly was cheated by Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Tim Canova should be in Congress, but you look at Rick Scott, he's already up. So why he's up by like a couple, 20,000. So why you would need a recount for that is beyond me. But then you have Rick Scott, who's up, like, it's not even really like an issue. He's up by like over 15,000 votes. You don't need a recount for 15,000 votes. That's insane. Rick Scott is suing. He's suing counties, accuses unethical liberals of trying to steal elections. Yeah, because they steal elections from themselves. What Bernie Sanders did was sanction. What he did was sanction future frauds, future examples or incidents where Democrats can feel they can get away with it. But see, at the end of the day, President Trump needs to act and act decisively. He has Sessions out of the way. He needs to act. He needs to indict Hillary Clinton and the Mueller probe. And I don't care if he does one first or and the other one second. He can't just wait for the Mueller probe report. He has to stop appeasing the media, because at this point right now, there is nothing he can do to play ball other than perhaps my suggestion, in addition to acting tough, no more Mr. Nice Guy, so to speak, and just simply act, demand evidence, demand evidence, and declassify FISA. If he has to undermine the intelligence community that was completely corrupt, that set him up, then he needs to do so. The reason he's not doing this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, and I've been saying this for a while, but this whole thing is about saving face. The American intelligence community was not only undermined, Clinton and Democrats made a complete and utter mockery of it. The whole planet hacked her server. Then to save face, they blamed Russia. And then they can, both sides of the divide can say, well, Russia, really bad, support the establishment. But there's no evidence. The DNC is getting sued by BuzzFeed, of all people. But Arizona, that's just insane. Something tells me you're going to have, so Sinema is up by by like 500 votes, something insane like that. I find that very difficult to believe. I find that from against a fighter pilot. I find it very difficult to believe. I just find that very difficult to believe. Ari, thank you. Um, I'm looking right here. Cinema's up. Oh yeah, 10,000. Sorry, I can't see these things. So I find that very difficult to believe. But at the same time, you've allowed. I know that Trump he hasn't had anyone on his side. So worst case, I don't think Scott is going to get. I mean, Cinema might pull it off, but this is not. They almost certainly cheated, just like they did with Bernie Sanders. But see, this is not the root cause. This is not the source of all the evil and all the deceit. This is a symptom. President Trump is letting the symptom, he's letting the root causes, and I know that he's not doing it on purpose, that he wants to act, but at a certain point, he has to just throw down the gauntlet. He has to simply look at the evidence, tell his attorney general right away to look at the evidence. And the attorney general already looked at the evidence, wrote 2 op-eds, one in The Hill, one in CNN, stating that Clinton should be indicted. Atom bomb 31458, Palm Beach, Dade, Broward, election officials, long history of corruption. Oh, yeah, I think the Republicans are ready for them somewhat with attorneys. They better be. Absolutely, Atom bomb 31458. But see, this is the problem here. The source, the foundation of Democratic politics is the Clinton Foundation, and more importantly, Bill and Hillary Clinton. The entire edifice rests upon the Clinton infinite circle throughout the world of donors, foreign, mainly foreign, but domestic corporations. They know every single wealthy, connected person on the planet. And we have already seen them commit overt crimes. He needs to act. He's not. I'm a little bit frustrated with President Trump, not because I know he doesn't. I know he wants to indict Clinton, but I'm a little bit frustrated because there's this notion that, well, if you do this, if you end the Mueller probe is already ended. The Mueller probe is already done. There's nothing to the Mueller probe anymore. But the reason that they were able to actually retake the House, and I underestimated the wisdom of people regarding the Mueller probe. I didn't realize that every single day of media insanity would influence so many people. I was coming from an alt media perspective to where I have thank you, Mr. Reedmore. He needs to act, and he needs to act decisively and quickly. Otherwise, I mean, he's done in 2020. I don't want to say this. I don't want to. That hurts me to say this because I do think he'll win. But Democrats are actually they're getting away with everything. They got away with Bernie Sanders. They got away with Peter Strzok saying that we have an insurance policy. We'll stop him. All of these things. Andrew McCabe overseeing an investigation while his wife gets hundreds of thousands of dollars, $700,000 from Terry McAuliffe. James Comey saying she didn't intentionally commit crimes. This is there's no debate over this. The first thing that should have been done was Clinton getting indicted. That's his first thing that should have been done. But he didn't do it because Jeff Sessions recused himself. Global deep state surprised Trump's functions against such. Well, I mean, look, Australian Aussie J, there's powerful, intelligent. I mean, there's powerful, wealthy people on both sides. The issue with Trump is that he has to act quickly. He must act quickly and decisively, and without any regard for Democratic blowback or response. The media, every single day, if the sky is blue, they'll say it's cloudy. It doesn't matter what reality is. The media is going to say that Trump indicting Clinton, he's turned into a tyrant and a dictator. Trump ending the Mueller probe officially. He worked with Russia. They're going to go insane. And I go back and forth because he's been so right on so many things, President Trump, in terms of winning the election. I think he should have fired. I was always saying he should fire Mueller. He should have fired Mueller. And then they would have freaked out. They could have done, there's nothing they could have done. Ari Maccabee, thank you. Tadaraba. Ari Maccabee, thank you. So Australian News Aussie J, it's very frustrating to me. And it's just very, very, I'm not so much perplexed as I'm frustrated and anxious, because the longer President Trump allows this to happen, Pastor Marty, thank you. The longer President Trump allows this essentially evil to take hold, to take root, I mean, we're going to have more Arizonas and Floridas, and we're going to have more cheating, and we're going to have more media bias. They won the election because of the media. They stand for nothing. They have managed to simply convince millions and millions and millions of Americans that Trump is the embodiment of evil. And all the crimes and all the cheating and all the deceit and all the lies, you have not just bias, overt hatred from Strzok and Page and all of the other FBI agents. You have overt hatred, and they said, well, that's, anyone can have their own opinions. Then with Matthew Whitaker, who wrote 2 op-eds, they're like, oh my God, he should recuse himself. Well, why didn't Strzok recuse himself? Why didn't Page recuse herself? Why didn't McCabe recuse himself? Why didn't Jim Comey recuse himself? Why didn't Mueller recuse himself? He wanted to get James Comey's job. These people will scratch and claw for power, and it felt good, even though I was wrong about the House, it felt good just swimming upstream and saying they were going to lose, and it feels good. When I was on the left, it felt good to say Bernie was going to win because it angered establishment Democrats. Even though I felt, if it was a fair primary, he would have won. Thank God, Nader, thank you. I thank God that Trump won. But I mean, it's this issue now. Now there could only be a 3-vote lead. Rick Scott, I don't think is going to be cheated, but Sinema might win, which is insane. I mean, how on earth on election night McSally was up? So I think that Democrats, until Clinton is indicted, Democrats will get away with everything and anything. Everything and anything. There's evidence of her crimes. There's no evidence of Trump Russia. Now, what Trump needs to do is very simple. The title of this is Trump AG Matt Whitaker could indict Clinton and end Mueller probe without Democratic approval. The Democrats own the House. They still don't own, even if they cheat McSally. They won't be able to cheat Rick Scott. They'll still own a 3-seat advantage. Okay? They'll own 3 seats ahead. So you're not going to get 3 Jeff Flakes. And the only reason for the drama was the Kavanaugh debacle. Oh my God, look what happened. Look what he did. Look what he possibly did. And with Keith Ellison as Attorney General, Trump honestly should have tweeted things about Keith Ellison. He didn't. Nobody in America, very few people knew that Keith Ellison actually had more legitimate claims against him than Kavanaugh. But see, that's what Democrats do. They cover all their crimes. They cover everything with the media. And it's going to continue unless Matthew Whitaker does what he knows is the right thing. He wrote a Hill article, and I'll read you this. So he wrote a Hill article. Where is that? So I used to be a contributor to the Hill, and I have a feeling an editor who didn't like me on the left spoke to some editors about me. I have a very good feeling about that. Okay, so Matthew Whitaker, Comey served faithfully, but the president made the right decision. I have mixed feelings over the dismissal of James Comey. This is actually the new attorney general. This is what he wrote in the Hill. And this is like the antithesis. This is what like an Iowa Hawkeye linebacker. It's like an Iowa Hawkeye linebacker who knows that Clinton should have been indicted. You're not talking about somebody like Sessions. You're not talking about somebody who had to recuse himself. See, this is also like what Democrats do. They overtly commit crimes, and they fabricate. They actually just make up crimes. Wicked and Whacked. HA, what's your opinion on the alleged voter fraud in Florida and Arizona? Could Whitaker step in if necessary? DHL. I think Wicked and Whacked. I think Whitaker needs to just simply indict Clinton and the Mueller probe, and that's it. Let them go nuts. There's nothing right now that the attorney general can do. They are able to get away with. I don't think they'll cheat in Florida. I think they probably cheated in Arizona. But there's nothing that can be done right now other than at the state level. And I underestimated the power of the media. The media is very powerful. The media is very powerful, more powerful than I thought. And they kept bombarding. It's like in boxing, body blow. If you keep, hitting your opponent in the body, you don't need a knockout. Eventually his arms will go down, and then you'll get, the knockout. But it's like they keep on wearing down the American public. They keep on wearing down the American public. They never stop. They never, ever stop. And it's like they just keep on wearing down the public. Let me read this. So, which is Democrat Senate, Republican candidate Martha McSally separated by just 9,610 votes. The results were updated. Sinema was leading. She had Okay. So there's tens of thousands of outstanding ballots. The campaign managers for both teams conveyed confidence. So it's like you can't get your act together. Tens of thousands of ballots still in a red state. What they should do is, what Republicans should do is take a recount in a red state of Arizona and sue beyond belief in Florida. Florida is like the most crooked place in terms of elections. You have Debbie Wasserman Schultz. You have the heart of all Democratic insanity there. But see, all of this will never, ever end. It will never end until Clinton gets indicted. It will never end. And the left is too stupid and beholden. They just want to browbeat and pretend they're morally superior. There's people on the left that they can't touch the Clinton email thing because, too many conservatives are talking about it. So it'll seem like they're not part of the team. But then they'll pontificate about how much and how moral they are. This is Matthew Whitaker. I have mixed feelings over the dismissal of James Comey as FBI director. We served together at the Department of Justice, and I've known him for many years. He served this country honorably for those years, but has also become so embroiled in the heated politics of the 2016 election and its aftermath that change was needed. President Trump made the right decision. Then his pronouncement that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case was just wrong, and I so publicly stated at the time. I was a federal prosecutor for 5 years and was proud to serve in the Department of Justice and would have brought that case. Clinton set up an entire secret, unsecure communication structure outside of the government. Is this H.A. Goodman talking? No, no. It's the new Attorney General. An unsecured communication structure outside the government. She was charged with serving at the highest level. She was Secretary of State, classified information that in the wrong hands could potentially harm our country. And many and was attacked and unfriendly actors. Other people in government and military service would have done who would have done similarly have gone to prison. This. I love this guy. Regardless of the political consequences, Director Comey should have recommended to Attorney General Loretta Lynch that the Justice Department go forward with prosecuting Clinton, as she is not above the law. So do it. Do it. Do it. Thank you, Ramla. Thank you. Thank you, as always. Thank you for watching. Clinton set up an illegal server. It was illegal to transfer top secret intelligence. It was illegal to transfer top secret intelligence outside the United States government. And I wrote about this in the Huffington Post, Salam, The Hill, and the Daily Caller. I wrote my book about her top secret emails. Please go ahead and check that out. That will be below. But ladies and gentlemen, like the more this, it's very frustrating. The more he allows this to take place, because once he indicts Clinton, the entire Democratic Party implodes and they will have nothing. They will have absolutely nothing. They will go into full-blown panic mode. Full panic mode. Full panic mode. And that's it. I mean, you know, Clinton set up an entire secret, unsecure communication structure outside the government she was charged with serving. Director Comey should have recommended Attorney General Lynch and the Justice Department go forward with the prosecution of Clinton. It's obvious. It is obvious. This is not a debate. There is no debate. They completely fabricated. They completely fabricated a Trump Russia nonsense because she actually did commit crimes. So it's unbelievable the extent by which everything. And then you have Tim Canova with like barrels or truckloads of ballots that like people are stealing, or it's insane. It's not going to stop. Okay, Paul Wolfie. I give Sticks projection 4 spoon clanks. Absolutely. Sticks is awesome. He's absolutely awesome. Mr. I'm rooting for the DeGenova for AG. Good to see you, HA. Thank you, Mr. Oh, that was yesterday. Crazy Eddie. Line of succession at DOJ is 5 deep with Bushies. Crazy Eddie. Yeah. He needs to act quickly. And at this point right now, it's not like it's not like, well, they'll sue or she'll get away with it. If she gets away with it yet again, they still would have spent years and resources trying to protect Madam, and and their political party would descend even further into madness. The political party, the Democratic Party, is in complete and utter disarray. They won the House, and they might win a seat. They might win a seat because of cheating, but they won the House only, only because of the media. Only because of the media. And the longer, and here's the thing. Here's the problem here. The longer they wait, the longer they wait, the more um, the longer they wait, the more they allow this to take place. The longer they wait, the more they allow this to take place. And I wrote about this in The Hill, the Huffington Post, Salon, um, the Daily Caller. He needs to act quickly, and if he doesn't act, if he doesn't act quickly, they're going to continue to cheat. Mm-hmm. And we were told. My thing is that we are told that Peter Strzok. We're told that Peter Strzok had every right to have his opinions. That he just, all his hate-filled texts were just a matter of. Thank you, Nikos. All his hate-filled texts were just a matter of, personal opinion. Well, now we have Matthew Whitaker, who has his own personal opinion. Now he needs to do what he's where the evidence, follow the evidence and go where it takes him. If Trump fires Mueller and the Democrats want to impeach, Trump says, "Where's the fill in the blank evidence I worked with Russia?" Oh, no evidence. Bye. Get James Clapper, get James Comey, get John Brennan up to testify before Congress. Call their bluff. Call their bluff. Okay? I'm more often right than I am wrong, but I go all in all the time, all the time, all the time. I don't straddle the fence like a lot of people. And I will be right. I will be right about Clinton getting indicted because she committed crimes. Trump did not commit crimes. You can't have an investigation without a crime and without evidence of a crime. He did not commit crimes. The Steele dossier is like gossip. It's just gossip. There is no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion, and nobody even knows what that collusion entails. Is it the DNC hack, which there's no evidence of? Is it Buff Bernie coloring books? Ooh, Bernie's glistening body. Oh, his glistening body. Look at that, Bernie. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like Bernie Sanders and his body's glistening body. I like that. I think I'm going to vote for Trump. Or actually, I won't vote for Hillary because she doesn't have that glistening Bernie body. Yeah. That is where that's where the Democratic Party's propaganda takes you, to Buff Bernie coloring books. or Jesus arm wrestling Satan in one ad. Notice they never talk about the actual ads. Then you have Loretta Lynch meeting privately on a plane. The same was true. Here you have, look, same was true after Attorney General Loretta Lynch met privately on a plane with former President Bill Clinton while his wife was the target of a federal criminal investigation. So this is Matthew Whitaker bringing up the obvious. Act quickly like tomorrow. Act quickly like Monday. Act quickly like next week. Let them say whatever they want to. Trump needs to just act. He needs to be decisive. Because we can't function as a country with the media as an extension of the Democratic Party. At least divert their attention. At least divert their resources. It's not only a matter of justice, like she did commit crimes, but divert the resources. Whitaker writing that article was absolute, perfect legal analysis. Perfect. There's no evidence of crimes of Trump Russia. The Mueller probe is absolutely illegal. Based on what? Based on John Brennan thinking possible confidence? Hillary Clinton absolutely got away with crimes. She did set up the server. There was top classified intelligence on Anthony Weiner's laptop. There was classified intelligence outside the United States government. There was special access program intelligence on her server. Cerno, Trollopolis, hey, Robert Mueller, how are Facebook ads not protected under the First Amendment? That's true. That's true. They still have yet to, Cerno, they still have yet to prove that any votes were altered because of those Facebook ads. Then they say, oh, well, they caused divisiveness. We have always been divided politically in our country, always. Well, it's half right. We won the Senate. Can't be right on everything. But I'll be right about Clinton getting indicted. It's just a matter of this insanity with Florida now and Arizona. The Democrats continue to get away with actual crimes. They continue to get away with. They're not a functioning political party. What they are is very powerful, influential political elites in cahoots with the media. And they're able to steal elections. They're able to, I mean, look what they did to Bernie Sanders. They completely cheated Bernie Sanders to the point where Debbie Wasserman Schultz had to resign in disgrace. And she's still in Congress. And we have the majority of the country looking and saying, my God, it's a great economy, but Orange Cheeto, bad. My track record is fantastic. Who was talking about Clinton losing? Not money. Okay, who was talking about? I was. Who was talking about? Who was talking about the Russia probe being absolute nonsense from day one? I was. Who was talking about Tony Podesta being the subject of the Mueller probe? I was. So I'm right about just about everything. Tell you the truth. But if a person thinks I'm wrong about something, they're free to watch MSNBC or CNN. Those are great places. CNN's great. CNN's the trusted news outlet. CNN is fantastic. I urge everyone to watch CNN. It's fantastic. Ross Lumbus. Ted Cruz idea $14 billion seized Mexican cartel. Could build the wall. One executive order. Up goes the wall, and Mexico pays for it. I don't think, Ross, I don't think that's a feasible idea just because obviously the money can't be appropriated by a foreign government. That would be Mexico's decision to handle their own, criminals or cartels. But a lot of what's taking place right now is a failure to act, a failure to it's slowly happening. Sessions is out, which I said, another thing I've been saying forever. So gosh, my track record is really good. Let's see. I've been saying Sessions is going to be out. He's out. I've been saying Mueller probe's going to end. It's going to end soon with the report. I was saying that Clinton would lose. My goodness, Clinton's going to be indicted. Gosh, I'm just playing around, everyone. Let me find out something. If you look right now, that's true. Edenbaum 31458. HSC should be exiled to Haiti. They love her. Yeah. I mean, Irvon Clausen. Yeah. There's so many scandals. Julie, thank you. Comey served faithfully, but the president made the right decision. Served as U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Iowa from 2004 to 2009. Matthew Whitaker not only wrote in The Hill, he wrote in USA Today. USA Today. He would have indicted Hillary Clinton. An opinion piece for USA Today, he would have, let's click on the opinion piece. I would indict Hillary Clinton. And I mean, what more do you need? Matthew Whitaker, I would indict Hillary Clinton. FBI director's judgment. And this is July 5th, 2016. This was a month later. Or was it that day or was it July? I think, no, sorry, July 5th. It was, I believe that day. When was James Comey's? James Comey. July 5th. So FBI Director James Comey recommends no charges for Hillary in travesty of justice that is like beyond belief. And then, like, it's funny that people on the left, one way to kind of try to get at me, which I don't really care, they're actually too stupid to realize the irony. People on the left say, oh, you predicted Clinton would get indicted. Yet never happened. Did she commit crimes? Well, yeah, she committed crimes. Well, then, are you saying you're a Bernie Sanders supporter? Yeah, we love Bernie. Okay, then you wanted Clinton to get indicted. Well, no, not. They can't answer it. They can't answer it because it hits too close to home. At the end of the day, people on the left are beholden. They're beholden. Lord, why is this not working? They're beholden to Hillary Clinton. They don't want, people on the left really don't want justice. What they want is everyone, they want everyone to simply forget about their crimes. It's unbelievable. If turnout was high enough, Dems would probably slip up and get caught because you can't have 120. Cerno, Trillopoulos, yes. Yes. But Matthew Whitaker, um, Matthew Whitaker literally wrote an article. Well, I would indict Clinton. I don't think we're far removed from Clinton indictments. I don't think we're far removed from Trump's one of Trump's promises being fulfilled. He got it. He got tax cuts, peace between North and South Korea. He won the election, and we'll be able to move on. We'll be able to move on. Hmm. It's interesting too. Like the left is all into making people flip and sing, regardless of their motives. And yet, when people think it hurts a liberal, oh my god, oh my god. He needs to go scorched earth. He needs to stop playing Mr. Nice Guy. The problem with what people have been telling President Trump the wrong things for 2 years. He's played ball and he's allowed Mueller to just go anywhere and everywhere, ruining people's lives for no reason, without any evidence, with nothing, with still no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. Then they hide behind the process, the legal process. Well, you lied. And with Clinton, they didn't. They did not only did they not act this way, they actively covered up everything. They actively pursued um, a path towards overt cover up and hiding and destroying of evidence, bleach bit, everything possible. Classified intelligence outside the United States government on Anthony Weiner's laptop, Hillary Clinton's numerous servers. And we know her server was hacked. You don't even we know that categorically from the Inspector General Charles McCullough. But at the end of the day, what can they do? And I hope anybody, if anybody watches this from the Trump administration, or if possible, if they do, I hope he simply acts. He simply does. He goes where the evidence takes him, and then when they say, "Well, we're going to get you," then ask for evidence. Great. You want to accuse me of Trump Russia collusion? You want to say that I fired Mueller because I'm hiding something? Then find the evidence. You don't need Mueller. Mueller was a stupid decision by another failed Politico, or another failed bureaucrat, Rosenstein, who only appointed Mueller because he told Trump to fire Comey and then felt bad about it. You had 2 years of a fake, phony investigation that the gaslighting was unbelievable. The country needs to function in a manner that, if there's evidence, you run with the evidence. If there's no evidence, you end any investigation. If there's evidence, Australian news, thank you. Yeah, DNC is ruthless. If there's no evidence, Cerno, Trollopolis, if I become rich someday, I I would one up the Clintons, have a full decanter, a full decanter in my basement. Cerno. They simply need to what they need to do is simply this. They simply need to Whoa, this guy really is into weightlifting. How much? That's like 225 right there. Dang. He needs to act, and he needs to do so um, without any regard for the media and without any regard for the Democratic Party, without any Eric H526, thank you. Without any regard for any political retribution from the Democratic side, because they've already thrown everything at him. They've already thrown everything at him. There's nothing more. There is nothing more to throw at him. There's nothing more to throw at him. What can they do? What can they possibly do? What more can they do? And there's nothing more they can do. There's absolutely nothing more they can do. The law states that Clinton should be indicted. The law states that Mueller should end the probe. If you're following the law and evidence, you need to go where the evidence takes you. Oh, the server was hacked. Let's not even get into that. That's ridiculous. Who on earth wouldn't hack her server? She had an unencrypted server for 6 months. We also know that. Louis Gohmert, referencing Charles McCullough, who was the Inspector General, stated that China hacked her server. The server was unencrypted and had top secret intelligence, and she used a BlackBerry with '08 technology. Even whatever, even an iPhone now could get hacked. You take the top cell phone today, and you put top secret intelligence, top secret government intelligence on there. And by the way, there were more than 22 top secret emails. That's ridiculous. But let's just say there were only 22 in 4 years as Secretary of State. You get the best cell phone imaginable, and it's still going to get hacked if you go to China or Russia. You met with Chinese and Russian officials. Read my book. Everyone, I urge everyone to please read But Her Top Secret Emails. So the issue here is Trump should not have any regard for the media anymore. Let the media look. The best thing that would happen if Clinton gets indicted is Democrats in the media being forced to defend a criminal, which would take them even further away. Because then you would have Pelosi. Then you would have an impotent Democratic Party within the House. They're supposed to control the House. And they have no idea how to do that now. So that's going to be interesting. But you divert attention. It would be perfect. And they say, oh my God, she has so much dirt on everyone. She has so much dirt on everyone. Oh my God. Oh my God. She'd have so much dirt on everyone. So what? So what? Trump has dirt on Clinton. You know what it is? 22 top secret emails outside the country. Let's find out how she transferred the emails. Let's get Brian Pagliano on board. Let's get all of these people. Get them in front of Congress. Or no, what do we mean Congress? Subpoena, grand jury. Andrew McCabe has a grand jury right now. It's already going down to an extent. There is already a DOJ email investigation that started under Sessions Eberelf. Hillary Clinton is not above the law. And I don't say that she will get indicted because she's guilty. There are powerful, wealthy, guilty people who literally get away with murder. I'm saying that eventually Clinton will get indicted because she's, that song from Michael Jackson, Smooth Criminal, Smooth Criminal. She is a sloppy, sloppy criminal. I think that now that you have It's actually interesting. If you had a Republican Congress with Jeff Sessions, you probably would get nothing done in 2 years. If you have a Republican House with Jeff Sessions, if you have a Democratic House with Matthew Whitaker, I think the odds exponentially higher. Something is going to take place, even if he's only there for a short time period and he doesn't indict Clinton. The next person that Trump will pick, and you better make sure that Trump's going to pick a guy who's going to indict Clinton. She did commit crimes. That's the thing I don't understand. Also, there's like a blind spot from people, especially people on the left. They have convinced themselves. They've convinced themselves that they've convinced themselves that simply saying something happened is enough to overshadow the evidence of something taking place. So saying that Trump colluded with Russia, Deputy Dog, Eric H526, sir, no. Hillary is one ham sandwich that really needs to be in a rotten ham sandwich. That's true. That's true. That's true. And it's the country is not going to move forward. The country is at a crossroads right now. And I say this not it's not it's not because the Democrats won the House. Whatever. If they won the House, they won the House. They still lost the Senate. If anything, they'll lose by either 2 or 3 seats. But it's how they won. They won through pure, unadulterated insanity through the media. That's it. That is it. That is it. And they're Deputy Dog, I'll do it for you. Deputy Dog. You won't have Jeff Beauregard Sessions to kick around anymore. I know when I'm not wanted. I'm leaving. Everyone's clapping for me. Golly gee, you're a big man. Matthew Whitaker is a big, strong man. Don't hurt my hand. Ow! You sprained my delicate fingers. My supple hands. You're a big, strong man. Who's going to bring you flowers? My goodness gracious. Mr. President, are you sure? I mean, I've done so much for you. I've tried to hurt you. I've tried to undermine you. I've tried to make sure your administration doesn't run. I've even emboldened all your critics. I've emboldened the people who hate you. And this is the way you repay me after trying to destroy you. You would just have me go after I've worked for 2 years to destroy you. Well, I know when I'm not wanted. I know when I'm not wanted, and you know what? I'm leaving. You can't fire me. I resign. I quit. You didn't fire me. I quit. No, you didn't fire me. I quit. I said I quit. No, you were thinking of it. Well, I'm telling you, I'm gone. Toodaloo. You didn't fire me. You were thinking of firing me, and I quit before you could even fire me. You see? See how I do? Poo-poo out. The insanity needs to end. President Trump, do your job as President of the United States of America. You promised this country regarding Matthew Whitaker, God bless you. Do your job. You wrote 2 op-eds. That's 50 less than me regarding the Clinton emails. Do your job. So, oh Lord, not again. I would indict Hillary Clinton, written by Matthew Whitaker. Wow. Wow. And the longer he waits, too, the interesting thing is, well, the longer he waits, the more power they obtain. But also, they can't do anything. What are they going to do? So he ends Mueller tomorrow. Well, the Mueller report is already Mueller's ending his own report, but he's going to have so many like open-ended statements in the report. Well, this could have been. This could have been. Then the Democrats in the House are going to be like, we got to investigate this, and waste their time. False pretenses. But what can they do? They can't do anything. They can't do anything. He can simply say, well, where's the evidence? He can simply say, where's the evidence? What are they going to? Who are they going to subpoena? There's nobody. The Steele dossier doesn't have any more people. And then I heard, oh yeah, they're going to try to indict Trump Jr. because he said he knew of a meeting. The meeting wasn't even illegal. Where's the subpoena for Loretta Lynch regarding her meeting with Clinton? What did they talk about? It's like, you know, it's like the House Democrats have subpoena power. Great. Who are they going to subpoena? I can list you 30 people for the Clinton email debacle that you can subpoena tomorrow and get to the bottom. How did they transfer the information? That's the crazy thing. How on earth did she take cell phone pictures? Well, how on earth? Because you can't transfer top secret intelligence to special access program intelligence. Indict Downer, Australian Dumbo Downer. Australian news. Yeah, Downer was another. Between Downer and Steele, our English and Australian cousins have heard us. Gotta be free eventually. Reading this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just look at what's taking place here. I mean, you can't get better for me and my viewpoint than an attorney general who literally writes an op-ed, I would indict Clinton. Then do it. You're attorney general. You're not writing the op-ed. Just do it. And now they're in full cheating mode in Florida. It's unbelievable. I mean, the more that look, Debbie Wasserman Schultz is like Debbie Wasserman Schultz is like Hillary Clinton's right-hand woman. And you have Tim Canova, who is fighting the good fight. I mean, the guy is fighting the good fight. against overt, despicable. I mean, the way Democrats work is they're like, power precious. We're gonna do anything. We're gonna make up. That's why, like, when I was like, they can't win the House, I'm like, people are gonna be too intelligent to do that. No, Cheeto, bad. Cheeto. I was like, oh, you do believe that he's pumpkin face? Okay, I was wrong. Wiener Holder 2020. That's why I say, like, in 20, like, if he doesn't act decisively and in a profound manner, I mean, you had 2020 could be up for grabs. I mean, he could be a one president simply because of the collusion between media and Democrats, and that ends once Clinton is indicted, because then media has to pick a side: truth or money with Clinton. Money with Clinton is a short-term prospect. Truth actually keeps journalism alive. So they'll have to eventually gravitate towards truth, because they won't be like, well, Clinton, she really, oh my God, I mean. It's really it's really unbelievable the depths of depravity Democrats will wallow within. Brent, I agree. One thing you can count on, ladies and gentlemen, is that I'm just going to go full force, full steam. And whatever the media, whatever the prevailing media narrative is, generally the prevailing media narrative is always wrong. Sometimes it's right, obviously. Why can't Bush be locked? Well, see, that's the thing. Australian News, Aussie J. He should be, but there are crimes that's a crime that actually that's a systemic problem. That's a systemic problem. You have a national, you have a catastrophe that is embedded within the psyche of the nation. Then you have a response that was counterproductive and the opposite of what should have taken place, and led to more problems than anything. With Clinton, it's just literally the U.S. Code 793F. There are laws in the book. Laws in the book. Laws in the book. So all I gotta say is this: he needs to act quickly, like within a couple of months or sooner, because the longer he remains Attorney General, the more the Democrats are going to be like, we're going to subpoena Trump Jr.'s proctologist's cousins, dentist's first grade teacher from 1973. And it's going to be all over. Well, you just don't want that teacher from 1973 to testify, don't you? That's why you're doing this. The spin will be never ending. It'll be never ending. Trump has to act decisively, quickly, for the sake of the country, if not for the sake of his presidency. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless. Thank you so very much. We're over an hour. I guess I wanted to do more live streams today, and I'll be doing a bunch of live streams tomorrow, but also I'll be doing, I wanted to do more uploads today, but I'll be doing my usual amount of live streams tomorrow. and stepping up the uploads. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we're over 125,000 subs now. So that ain't bad. That ain't bad. It's pretty good. I want to thank everyone here. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. We're 125,044. And we got almost 600 people in the middle of the night. So, US time. So I appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for always being here. And I will always be here as well for you. Thank you. And God bless. Have a great, great evening to my super chat and great day around the world to my super chat. Thank you so very, very much. See you tomorrow, everyone.